Can I be real or is it boring? To give you a peace of mind, cause mine is so enormous. Way past the norm, man.
What up, though? It's that nigga Mom, man. We about to react to the Pace, Lashun Pace, Act Like You Know. Now, the reason why we're reacting to this because it was a viral TikTok that it kind of blew up like a year ago, and I kind of ran past the video, and I was like, you know what? I heard this part where they be like, act like you. A girl come in, she doing her runs, and they do the act like you know. Then you get like the vibe of what it was. This had to be like in the 90s. So I'm like, you know what? I never heard this full song. So doing something different, we're doing a gospel song because I never covered a gospel song. And I noticed a lot of gospel songs don't get covered through here. Like shit that I grew up listening to because my grandma or my mama, as far as never would have made it. I don't really see that. Or just choirs in general, bro. Or having that, looking at the aesthetics of what church used to be when I grew up, bro. Like, you walk in, the aroma of good cooked food, you smelling chicken and all of that. And then the choir, they singing, bro. Like, they singing their ass off. Like, you getting a literal free concert, bro. Like, up in that bitch how they singing and hitting runs, bro. And, you know, just the feeling of community. That's what it used to be. I don't see that in church nowadays. Now it's just women in church and men no longer there. You know, so that same feeling or that presence of the men being there and that energy existing, it's not existing anymore. And they allowing a lot of shit that wasn't respectful to churches back then. Like, because they really did follow the Bible back then. Not to the whole T, like far as, you know, the Sabbath day. It's not Sunday, it's actually Saturday. But far as bringing good news, because that's what gospel means, good news. They were bringing good news. They wasn't always reciting the Bible. That's what I had to learn throughout time, and that's what took me away from religion, is the fact that I understood it. You know, because my mom, she didn't understand it. When she died, I went looking for what she was looking for. So I went looking in the Bible myself instead of just listening to the pastor. Then through my understanding, I understood who the book was about and how to read it. And a lot of y'all don't. And I'm not badgering y'all for that, and I'm not about going to any further details of my life, of my religious views or whatever. But the point is, I grew up in the church. I grew up Baptist. I'm in the Ebenezer church. All these different churches, bro. You know what I'm saying? As a youth, and I was more forced into it than anything. And I had the privilege of listening to great gospel music. So with that being said, we about to listen to Lashun Pace, Act Like You Know. Before we get into it, like and subscribe so we hit that 100K today. Let's get right into this. Oh shit. Hold on. Wait, my bad. Body up so I can navigate the rest of it. Look at that. Let's turn this up. Look at this beautiful crowd of people, man, and I can vividly remember people like that dress that lady had, that dress suit that lady had on. My mama had one similar to it. She had an orange one and she had a green one, but that red one, that suit there, my mama had that exact one, made exactly the same. It was one she had was lime green, and she had an orange one. Like, and that lady remind me of my mama, because my mama was light skinned, and she had the little bob like that too. And this the thing, bro. I'm no atheist. I believe in the Most High, but you can feel the spirit. You can feel that shit when you in church, bro. And these people, like I don't know about now, dog. Churches like the elders, they done passed off, and it's the elders of the church of the old was just like your big mama. You know, when Granny passed away, the great recipes and the great knowledge that they was, you know, giving forth it's gone now. You know what I'm saying? And tradition is gone from a lot of people, bro. Like a lot of people is not, you know, keeping tradition alive once, you know, the elders pass. And that's the wild part. That's why I'm looking at this really reminiscing on shit on how it used to be when I was young. You know what I'm saying? This prime what churches look like. And I'm even talking about mega churches, because this is probably what mega church, but I'm talking about regular churches was slapping like this, bro. Nigga, you hear that shit from outside, nigga, you walk like that shit, you just hear them vibing in there. You know what I'm saying? Doing what it do. Like, and not to keep stopping it, but imagine waking up, nigga, from a hangover going in this bitch. This shit will revive you. I ain't even gonna hold you up. You hungover, nigga, coming up here. Hey, like you up, nigga, and that bitch up like shit. I thought I was sleepy, nigga. That shit will, yeah, Holy Ghost for real. It's a hard one. If you gotta actually, if I gotta do like, you know, what I usually do. You know, when I react to songs, I react to who got the better bars, who got the better verses, or, you know, if it's singers, who was the better vocalist. This one is hard. Between them two, that shit is hard. I'm like, they tied. They is tied. They like right there neck and neck with the vocals. Feel like a little kid again listening to this shit. What about, okay, we still got a lot. It's church for you though. I swear, nigga, you would swear a song was over. You like, nigga, it's over. You start to sit back down, somebody come out, get to running. They thought it was over. See? Yup, there you go. That is how it is. That's church for you. Look, everybody sat down because we think it's over. We think it's over. Let's sit down. Wait, this up. Get back up. Let's get back up. Okay. She's the best singer. She's the best one vocally out of all of them. The one from, because this her part. There's her part coming up that went viral. I hear it coming. Ooh, the switch up from like being light, then just that's strong vocals. She just switched it up like that, and it's still on point. Go. They ain't even let her get your ass up out of here. They like, get up out of here. You doing too much. Wait, her part was too short, man. They should have let her stay. Let her keep going. Some shit we do too. We will be singing and saying what's going on, hyping each other up like a motherfucker. Like, dog, you are not gonna get this at one of them Protestants. You're not gonna go up in one of them, them Catholic churches and get this type of shit right here, bro. You gotta go to a soulful church, bro. It's a black church, cause this is what it was. Our experience, man. They make you stand up. You feel this in your soul. That's why you can get so many R&B. Well, you don't get that many R&B singers that's soulful nowadays. Really, really soulful, meaningful music or nothing. Because back in the days, most of the greatest artists came from church. You know what I'm saying? And they not in church no more. So they ain't got no substance. They ain't got no meaning, no purposeful music. It's just sadness. Like SZA, for example. Like, hey, but let's continue. Dresses, man. I swear my granny had a bunch of these dresses, bro. And I'm pretty sure, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure my uncle still got all my granny shit in the basement. I'm pretty sure. He still got the old hats, all that shit. this shit just brings me back because this is how my granny dressed. Her hair was the same way. You know, she had the most countryest fucking name, Hattie Mae. You know what I'm saying? So imagine a lady that's big like this, well, kind of short, a little smaller but big, like this. You know what I'm saying? Mean as hell, no shoes most of the time. You know, but in the church, she obviously gonna dress down, dressed fresh to death type shit. You feel me? But that's my granny. And she just had round glasses. She had the round, the little old white lady from Incredibles type glasses. This shit right here, nostalgia overdose. Even though I never seen that whole song in its entirety, I heard this song being performed and plenty of other classics. Y'all, of course, y'all know Never Would Have Made It and all that shit. But you know, if y'all want more gospel, you know, music, hey, I'm up for it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that shit right there was fire. That was a 10 out of 10. The chick that had the shortest run in there, that was the best singer. The last singer in the black before it went back to the main singer, she was the second best singer on there. Then the sisters together, when they was on the light skinned one and her, that was the third best. And obviously the mama, she was older. You can tell her vocals was fading a bit, but still a 10 out of 10, man. Got me over here on a nostalgia overdose, man. Cause I'm just like, wow, dog, everything just hit me. And I'm thinking about my granny, my mama, you know, going to church as a child. You feel me? And even going to church after my mom passed, and I was going a lot. It was fun. I ain't gonna lie, church was fun as hell. We was going to see the point. But I came to the realization, like, I'm not learning shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's what made me start looking into the Bible. And once I became aware of shit, that fun shit went out the window. It was like, I can't just move around aimlessly, and just follow without reading the text of which I'm supposed to live by. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, you're like, oh, you're smoking weed and all that. I'm not a Christian. You know, I don't identify with a religion, but I do somewhat. As a matter of fact, I'm going too deep. Let me just stop it right there. 10 out of 10 song. Like and subscribe so we hit that 100K today. Stay peaceful, productive, and positive. It's that nigga Mom, and much love.
Can I be real or is it boring? To give you a peace of mind, cause mine is so enormous. Way past the norm, Norman, while you're conforming. Like comforting mattresses that comfort them when torment snoring. Like you in your own home without home phone. I'm on like E.T., got a phone home past the moon. It's not a movie, I'm about to fly past it soon. Spiritually,